My name is Lena Rivers. I was born 4 minutes after my twin sister, Clara. Just 4 minutes. But in those brief moments, something shifted forever in my parents' hearts, Charles and Margaret Rivers, and I became the afterthought. Clara was always the golden child. To our parents, she was soft, delicate, deserving. And me, I was the strong one. The one who could figure it out. The one who didn't need comforting or attention. At least, that's what they told themselves. From our earliest years, the difference was impossible to miss. Clara got the best toys, the newest clothes, the loudest praise. I got what was left, second-hand things and the occasional pat on the back. When Clara cried, Mom dropped everything. When I scraped my knee, I got a napkin and a reminder to be patient. I learned early on that if I wanted to be noticed, I had to do something extraordinary. I remember once when we were 5. Clara was scared to climb a metal structure on the playground. I was scared too, but I climbed up and jumped just to show her it was safe. Our father ran over, not to me, but to Clara. You're so brave, he told her. Me, be careful, Lena. That set the tone for our childhood. The more I tried to shine, the less they seemed to notice. Clara could do something ordinary and be showered with love. I could win writing competitions or bring home perfect grades and get a nod at best, and a warning not to get cocky at worst. When we were 10, our report cards came home. Mine was flawless, straight A's. Clara's was dotted with B's and C's. Wow, Clara, 3 B's. We're proud of you, they exclaimed. To me, of course you got A's, Lena. That's just who you are. Over time, I stopped trying to impress them. Not because I gave up, but because I realized I never would win their approval. I focused on proving my worth to myself. I poured myself into school, writing, art, anything that gave me a sense of identity beyond being the other twin. By the time college came around, we both chose accounting. I loved it, structure, order, logic. Clara said, it's a popular profession. Why not? Our parents paid her full tuition, gave her a generous allowance, made sure she lived comfortably. When I asked about support, they said, you're smart, Lena. You'll figure it out. You always do. And so I did. I hunted for scholarships, grants, and part-time work. I cleaned dorm halls at night, worked in the library on weekends. While Clara went to parties and shopped, I studied and survived. I didn't resent her. I just knew we were living completely different versions of the same story. We graduated together. My parents came, but their faces fell when my name was announced first, before Clara's. That moment told me more than words ever could. Clara and I had a quiet conversation after the ceremony. She was glowing. I was tired. When she left the room, I stood staring at the door. I didn't feel anger, just a quiet, hollow sadness. Once, we were 2 little girls who giggled and played without knowing about labels like favorite or forgotten. But life had carved a divide between us. We weren't twins anymore, not really. Just strangers raised in the same house. I moved to New York. Threw myself into work, 10 to 12 hours a day, building reports, meeting clients, learning systems. It was exhausting, but I loved it. For the first time, I didn't crave anyone's praise. I saw the results of my own hard work. On weekends, I'd wander Manhattan, look at the skyscrapers, and think, would I have come this far if life had been easier? The truth is, I'm grateful. Not for the pain, but for the strength it forced me to build. I learned the hardest way that the most meaningful recognition doesn't come from others, it comes from within. Years passed. I earned promotions, gained respect, built a life on my terms. Occasionally, my parents would message, "How are you, Lena? Shame you don't visit." I'd reply, "I'm doing well. Thank you." Polite, distant. Clara's updates came through social media, smiling selfies, party photos, occasional messages about how hard it was to find work. I offered advice, update your resume. Take a course, keep applying. She didn't like that. Lena, you're so serious. That sounds so boring. And that's when I knew, our paths had truly diverged. But I don't hate them. I don't hate her. I don't feel rage or regret. I just stopped begging for love. And started choosing myself. Because family is blood, but not always home. And when those ties start to choke you, you have every right to loosen them and breathe. I didn't get an easy path. I got something better. I found me.